In this video, we are going to take a look at the Easy Credit Card Usage and Payment Tracker from 2080V Digital. The simple-to-use spreadsheet allows you to put your revolving credit card and store card debt on one screen, giving you a snapshot of your revolving credit utilization. This information is a major determination of your credit worthiness, so keeping an eye on it and managing it well would definitely serve your interests. Filling in the spreadsheet is incredibly straightforward. Most of the details come directly from your statements. Your purchase comes with information and instructions for each field, but if you're the kind of person who puts together a new shelf without reading the instructions, you can get a quick start by reading the headings and adding the appropriate details. There's room to list 25 cards. As you can see, the charts begin to fill in as you enter the card's details. Now that you've seen how easy it is to fill in this spreadsheet, let's take a look at one that's already been prepared. The spreadsheet is arranged into 3 sections. At the top, there's a ticker highlighting your total reported credit card debt and usage, your current credit card debt and usage, and the total of the minimum payments you are required to pay. Those numbers all come from the information you enter in the spreadsheet below. The middle section has 2 charts. The first chart displays how much each card's balance contributes to your total statement balance for all cards. This view shows what cards you are using the most. If you are working in the Excel desktop application or Google Sheets, hovering over each section of the pie chart will display a pop-up label with the total statement balance for each individual card. The second chart is based on your spending limit and current balance entries for cards that are carrying a balance. Just like with the pie chart, if you hover over the first section, you'll see the current balance, which is the amount outstanding. If you hover over the second section, you'll see how much of your spending limit is still available. This chart is a perfect way to compare your spending power on each card. The third section is where you will enter all of your card details, so have your statements handy. You will populate the green highlighted cells with information for each card. Make sure you're only entering revolving credit lines. Charge cards usually won't have a spending limit and are normally required to be paid in full each month. Also, keep in mind your APR, or annual percentage rate, commonly referred to as the interest rate, may change frequently. Depends on what's happening at the Federal Reserve. It could go up or it may go down. Don't just enter it and assume it's going to be the same on each statement. Interest can add a big monthly charge to a card you believe you're paying down. The percentage is normally different for purchases, cash advances, and balance transfers. This spreadsheet is meant to use the APR for purchases for consistency. But if you have cards you only use for balance transfers, you can enter that rate instead. There's a big difference between a 0 introductory rate and whatever's the normal rate after the offer period ends. While we're on the subject of interest, think about this. If you make a minimum payment of $50, but your interest charge that month is $26.41, you've only paid down your balance by $23.59. Keeping your APR field and current balance field up to date can give you an estimate of your interest payment on your next statement. Check the subtotal at the bottom of the sheet to see approximately what's being charged to you each month for all of your cards. Now, it's not a bad thing to carry a balance from month to month, but if your balances get out of hand, that can have an adverse impact on your credit score. As a rule of thumb, most people keep their balances below 30%. The Credit Monitor section shows you how much of each card's balance would be equal to 30% and how much you would have to pay that card down to get it to 30% utilization. The payment due field is a reminder for you so you don't only think about the statement dates while working in this document. They are highlighted yellow for 3 days before and after the date entered. Check the paid box after you've made your payment. Just confirmation for yourself that you've already taken care of that task. Your minimum payment due should be recorded here, but you're also going to enter the amount you actually plan to pay. Your planned payment and your estimated interest charge drive the calculation for what you may expect to be on your next statement. The last statement date will turn red when 30 days have passed. That just means it's time for an update. You can either keep updating the same spreadsheet or fill in a new sheet each month and track how you've progressed over time. If you plan to use a different worksheet for each month, that would be as simple as keeping one blank spreadsheet that you can copy over and over again. Then you can start from scratch. The total reported credit card debt and total reported usage should match what's on your credit report if you keep your spreadsheet up to date. Another thing to consider is if you are an authorized signer on another person's account, that account will most likely appear on your credit report. If you do not have access to the statements, it will be a challenge for you to track that card on the spreadsheet, so it will not match your official credit report, but will still be useful in managing your primary accounts. That's it. This video should help you get off to a running start. Thank you for purchasing the Easy Credit Card Usage and Payment Tracker. Look out for more useful documents from 2080V Digital. This spreadsheet and video are tools to help the user of the Easy Credit Card Usage and Payment Tracker achieve their financial goals. The spreadsheet calculates estimates, and neither it nor this video are intended to provide financial advice.